I don't need this. You don't need this. I'm a failed minimalist. Sony's f1.4 G Master is my favorite lens of all time, and ever since I got it, the 50mm f1.2 G Master has been collecting dust on the shelf. I'm Jack, a scientist and street photographer. Photography is not my job, but it's my tool of choice for mental well-being. Tonight, for the first time in 12 months, I'm going to take the 50mm f1.2 out for a spin. By the end of this video, I'll need to decide which 50 to keep. This is how the Sony 50mm f1.2 G Master looks wide open at 1.2. And this is how the Sony 50mm f1.4 G Master looks wide open at f1.4. Denis Diderot was sick of everything. This French philosopher had just bought a new dressing gown. It was by far the nicest thing he owned. Nothing in his house was chic enough, not anymore. Everything had to be upgraded. And this is the Diderot effect, curse that fuels our gear acquisition syndrome. We just need one simple change to our mindset. Weighing in at 778 grams or 1.7 pounds, is the smallest and lightest autofocusing 50mm f1.2 on the market. But the f1.4 is only 516 grams and is much shorter and lighter on a neck or wrist strap. We're street photographers, remember? Balance and weight should be our #1 priority. At night time, sometimes you just have a choice when it comes to wide, fast apertures for big, heavy glass. Isn't everything completely blurred out at f1.2 anyway? The scene feels claustrophobic with no sense of the environment around the subject. Is f1.2 too much bokeh? Depends on how sharp the lens is across the frame. Sony's 50 f1.2 is super sharp, wide open, with 4XD linear motors working to provide tracking autofocus through that impossibly thin depth of field. The f1.4 is just as sharp, maybe even a little sharper. At night time, if you focus it a little bit further away, it's sharp across the frame. If the subject is a bit further away, say 5 meters, you can still get a really cinematic feel with a bit of blur at 1.2. Of course, if you shoot right up close, everything's blurred out to oblivion. Then it won't matter if you're shooting at f1.2 or f1.4. So you admit it, you're proving my point. Just stick with f1.4 then. Man, as I'm shooting with this lens, I'm thinking, I'm really happy with a lot of the shots I'm getting from this lens, and I think that's how I talked myself into buying this in the first place. There's something magical about f1.2, unlimited creative potential for the photographer to isolate whatever subject they choose through both perspective and depth of field. 11-bladed aperture blades for that buttery smooth round bokeh, very minimal aberrations, CA, low curve and netting. Sony really outdid themselves with this lens. When you get it just right, look, f1.2 is beautiful. I can tell the difference, but who else can? It's not like you're shooting weddings where everything needs to be dreamy or the couple are asked for their money back. Besides, all these G Master lenses have amazing image quality. That's not the deciding factor anymore. The Diderot effect and gas isn't a curse. It's just your brain trying to motivate you to repeat behavior that was once exciting. This psychological incentive is something we can change with a simple shift in mindset. It's up to us to define what's exciting, to fill that void with something more meaningful than gear. Trying to get one shot that was better than the best shot from the last photo walk. The process of creating that frame will be your fancy new possession. None of your past work will be chic enough or good enough, not anymore. Now you become motivated to upgrade your location scouting, choice of lighting, proximity to the subject, and capture that decisive moment that much better next time around. Of course, your camera and lenses will still matter, but they'll no longer be the most valuable thing in your camera bag. I finished my photo walk tonight. I think I'm slowly getting better. I'm slowly picking up it again. That's what we can all strive to do as photographers. Well, I keep this 50mm f1.2. For photography, the f1.4 is actually much more versatile in terms of an everyday carry lens. I do mostly video for my day job though, and having two 50s is really important for filming two-person interviews. If I could only have one, I would choose the f1.4 every time. Lighter, cheaper, a touch sharper, just as dreamy under the right lighting. The thing I love most about new lenses though is not that they're the best or brightest, but the momentum they create to just go out and shoot. My newest lens pickup is not a G Master, it's not best in class, fast. It's actually one of the cheapest lenses of its kind and focal length and comes with quite a few flaws. The reason I love it though is because it's changed my whole shooting style completely using any and every lens I own. You'll find that video here when it's ready to go. I'm Jack, trying to capture the peace in each moment.